these latter years of my life. You know, I used to pray just consistently and persistently, Lord, give me a team. Give me some co-workers. And we had some people come over there and look around and say, oh, no, not here. It's a tough place. The mission work we've undertaken, Phyllis, is some of the most difficult cross-cultural, multilingual mission work imaginable. It's not an easy field. But then over the years, I've looked around, and I've told you this, I've looked around and I've seen that we're surrounded by people. People we love. People that we've seen born into Christ. People that are the fruition of these songs that we sing. You know, the encouragement that we get from singing mission songs like Jesus Saves. I remember Joe Cannon. I mean, we're standing in an outrigger canoe with a horsepower, 75 horsepower outboard motor going across the ocean with waves. And he's standing in the bow and he's singing that song at the top of his lungs. And what a great missionary brother he was, and a great example to me. I've learned a lot of things, Phyllis, and forgive me if I talk to Phyllis a little bit this evening, but I hope in talking about this, I'm talking to husbands, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, family, about priorities, about what it means to actually give all we have to Jesus. And of course, we're all called to do that, whether it's here or over there. And one is not more glamorous and one is not more praiseworthy than the other. Wherever we are, Jesus calls for us to take it very seriously, what we're singing. Sing with our hearts, making melody in our hearts, with the understanding, encouraging, exhorting one another. So, it's a great experience. And this congregation sings so beautifully, too. I've learned a lot of things as a missionary. A lot of things I didn't imagine when I was younger and considered going to the mission field. I'm really not sure, even looking back, what I thought I was going to experience. But I know what I experienced is nothing like what I'd ever dreamed. Somehow we think that we're going to get on a plane, we're going to go overseas, and people are going to be so glad to see us. You've arrived, finally. You're here. We've been waiting. Well, it's just generally not that way. Maybe it is for some people. I don't know. But I've never seen it for myself or for others that I've seen arrive on the field. You arrive, and you don't find a field ready for harvest. You just find a field. A rocky, untilled, unprepared field where God has put you. Prepare the ground, sow the seed, and eventually, God willing, reap a harvest. So Phyllis, I'm so thankful that I've met Phyllis and that we, since the beginning, when we started talking about mission work together, she came up with a model. She came up with a model, and I jumped on it. Her motto is, finish strong. Thank you. Thank God for a mate who prays at the drop of a hat, who will not start the morning without a devotional. So all day long, every time we talk about something, we'll say, let's pray about that. And who is committed to the Lord, who loves the Lord with all of her heart. You have wives like that too. We have families like that too. And God calls upon us just to cherish those relationships. To protect those relationships. To protect those that He's entrusted to us. Every father and mother sitting here tonight has children entrusted to you by God. What does God want for that kid? What does God want for your spouse? What does God want for your mothers and your fathers? He wants us to live life abundantly. He wants us to know the love that surpasses understanding. He wants us to know what it is to walk in the footsteps of Jesus and rely upon Him completely, no matter what, in every circumstance. When I